they need a budgeting 101 class. There's some basic life skills that are absent. We do free VITA. We're doing
what is VITA?
VITA is voluntary income tax assistance. We're doing probably about 500 free tax returns for folks. And the average adjusted gross income for those 500 people is going to be just over $21,000. A lot of these folks
that's almost poverty now,
it is. It absolutely is. The United
They
Way
have to pay taxes.
No, the focus of this program actually is to help make sure that they're aware of all the benefits that they qualify for, so that they can get dollars back in their pocket to help them.
That's one thing that I like. Oh, one thing are you from Canada? Where are you from?
No, grew up in Illinois.
Oh, that's where I was conceived. My dad was in pre-law school. In Canada, they have a program.
One way or another.
That's right, I have. World travel, that I have. And I went to Illinois back a few years ago to visit my niece. And I got to tell you something. Have you been as an adult back?
Oh yeah, I have all my family still back there. Mostly northern part of the state.
Cornfield after cornfield after cornfield. And you think I'm going to exaggerate now. Cornfield. I couldn't believe it. I was really getting fearful that I was lost in forever cornfields.
Cornfields and soybeans too.
My word.
That great that glacial plain there down in throughout the middle of the
left
state.
all the soil.
Yeah. And it's just flat. So now I grew up in northern Illinois, which is most people would think Wisconsin with the rolling hills and bluffs. Where I actually grew up is more like that. We're north of that glacial plain down through the center of the state.
Where were you conceived, Mr. Walsh?
In Newport, Rhode Island.
In a seedy hotel. No.
Cast aspersions without any provocation. Now I should be like Mr. Trump and retaliate in some way. Because I'm such a fine gentleman, I'm not going to retaliate.
We could do a mock election, you and I, running against each other.
We could do that. That would be a
farce.
But no, we don't need to do that.
We'll host the debate.
So Michael,
yes.
So there's like 35 organizations you're involved in.
Yes.
And name some of the others of you. Oh, by the way, could we mention your sponsors?
Yeah, for the upcoming third annual Jackie Robinson game, most definitely. Our presenting sponsors are Route 60 Hyundai and Massey Romans Wealth Management of Raymond James. Both are tremendous supporters. We're delighted to have them, and should talk at least for a moment about that. April 15th is the day that all of baseball, Major League, Minor League, celebrates the man responsible for breaking that color barrier 69 years ago. Jackie Robinson.
Why that date?
That was oh boy, that's a fair question, and I know who would have the answer. Fred Augenstein is on my committee. It either was perhaps the first game that was played officially.
His son has been
absolutely
baseball.
Fred is very rightly very proud of all of his boys, but
they have quite a turnout at that game.
We had over 5,000 last year, and
wow,
I am predicting this year Friday night game. It's going to sell out. The game is a 6:30 evening game.
41. That was his number.
42.
42. That was a good movie. I don't know if you got to see the movie.
It's wonderful. It's just a wonderful story, and it's it's neat to go back to historic Dodger Town, to sit in Holman Stadium, have an adult beverage and a Dodger dog, and enjoy the game. But it's also neat that we're part of what's a very special recognition that night.
Now, does that fee go to United Way?
All of that, any profit, and last year we did really well. I think we netted somewhere around $25,000 or $26,000.
Wow, wonderful.
Comes to the annual campaign. April 15th. It's tax day. It is always April 15th. It's always going to be tax day unless the government changes their mind.
The government did change this.
Well, that's right. It's 18th. That's right.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
But it's the St. Lucie Mets and the Brevard County Manatees. Kind of an I-95 rivalry, as it were. And tickets are going to be on sale March 28th at every Seacoast Bank in all three counties, Brevard, St. Lucie, and here, and also at Marine Bank, and then of course at United Way and Dodger Town. But I'm gonna dwell on it just for a second. Say people get those tickets because it's going to be a sellout. It's going to be a sellout this
Wonderful.
year. But once we get to about 6,500 people, that stadium
It's
is going
worth
to
coming
be
just for a
very
Dodger
packed.
dog.
Oh, absolutely. It's just a good time. And the comment is how much people, when they're there, the comment from everybody is, man, I miss this. We need more of this, more games in home stadium.
Anything else you want to say before we say goodbye today, Mike?
Just our campaign is still active, folks. If you haven't given and would be interested in learning more about us, go to our website, Google us, United Way of Indian River County, or give me a call.
United Way of Indian River County. They sure could use your help, ladies and gentlemen. You help a multitude of people when you're helping United Way, and they're almost to their goal. Help put them over the top.
Thank you.
And where would they send the check? Where would they reach you?
Again, just Google us. Look me 567-8900. Just call me. I would be happy to.
567-8900.
You got it. I'll talk to anybody. Talk to them about what we do, how we do it, get them involved even if they're interested.
Michael Kint,
You talk to
Kint.
anybody, you've already proven it this morning.
All right.
Thank you so much. Listen, it was a fun time. I appreciate it.
Michael Kint, CEO of United Way Indian River County. This is the Mayor of the Airways. Today's broadcast also brought to you by one of their sponsors, is our sponsor, Route 60 Hyundai, where you'll get good service before and after the deal. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back, folks.
As you name that about the corn out in Iowa, I see they're making gas with that.
Yeah, ethanol. Yeah,
Ethanol,
that's the big national one.
Yeah, ethanol.
If you want to vote in Iowa, you better support ethanol.
I see the pumps, it's like 10% ethanol in the pumps.
David, it was a pleasure.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, my girlfriend works for you, Marlon Brown. You know Marlon?
Yes.
Yeah, that's my friend. She
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
We have so many great.
That's great. She stuffs envelopes for all the money you get.
So
that's
those
good.
ladies are responsible for a lot of money.
For a good cause. She does a lot of medical stuff. She gives away too.
We couldn't do
So
what we
it's
do.
a Heroes Voice,
That's very nice. A good organization.
So I've got a good staff.
It's Rhett at
That's
You
great.
need volunteers.
Marlon always. She always
Yes, that's
says, I gotta go to
United
United
Way.
Way
I'm stuffing today.
and help them out. Yeah.
Well, no, but
She
what
brings
is
me candy back once
It's
in a
the
while.
link to the live feed.
I just don't forget the candy whenever they have it.
I don't know that much. Our mail campaign brings in, 50-60%.
I hate to interrupt you here, but please,
Okay.
just for a second, hold on, okay. This is for Facebook, all right?
Okay.
Michael Kent, CEO of
United Way.
Indian River County. How are you this beautiful morning?
I'm doing wonderful, and I thank you so much for the chance to talk about United Way.
Yes, and how close are we to our goal locally?
We're about 95%. We are not there. We need help. Folks, just reach out to United Way. Google us, call me. Be happy to talk to you about our needs.
How many, now, for instance, I know you're involved in a lot of organizations. You said what, there's 30, 35?
About 35, 36 different funded partners, and there's more than 40 programs.
So it unites our community, to say the least.
Absolutely. Working with kids, working with families, working with adults in the areas of health, financial stability, and education.
Okay, now you're looking for people to write checks. You're also looking for people to volunteer. They can call you personally, right there?
Absolutely, at any point in time. We've got hundreds of volunteers and need them on an annual basis.
Okay, Michael Kent, what's the phone number over there, United Way of Indian River County?
567-8900.
And the website is?
UnitedWayIRC.org.
Michael Kent, thanks for coming in today.
Thanks, Rhett.
Okay, good. Cool.
Yeah, very good.
Be surprised, that'll have like about 500 views by the end of the day. Oh, by the way, you were our first guest to go live now.
You're streaming?
Yeah,
Okay.
on YouTube.
Cool. I saw Eric stick his head in. He's one of our volunteers.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
Well, pretty much.
The only thing is, when they put that camera, it looks like it doesn't have me. I don't know if I like that much.
Just get your left ear or something. Rhett,
Maybe
thank you.
maybe they moved it because I'm not as, it's not, maybe that's a good thing, just like being behind the camera here.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Michael.
All right, have a great day.
You too. Oh, don't forget your
I'm going to get them.
cups. Okay.
You got it.
Who's the camera person?
Oh, that was that's the fellow who has the show here. That's Eric Flowers.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Could you close that door?
Yes.
Oh,
Would you close that door? Thank you.
yeah.
He just got a promotion.
We coming back now?
You'll be coming back in about 15 seconds.
Okay, start playing the song now, right?
Okay.
Eric's got a promotion.
Just 2 minutes from this
All right, it's another beautiful day in paradise. How are you, ladies and gentlemen? We're live on YouTube now.
Amazing.
Yes.
What an astonishing entrepreneur you are, Mr. Palmer.
And you're live on Facebook also right now.
Wow. Wait,
Look at that handsome face there, ladies.
This is unbelievable.
It's available for dates, too.
Yeah.
Fairy tales can come true.
It can happen to you.
Are you going to ride in my? I have no one to ride with me. Last week, they had a parade over on the beach, right?
That's right, Mr. Palmer.
That's right. And I always see this guy. And your name is?
Harry McCleary.
Harry McCleary.
Yeah.
And he's playing his music box. And he's lovely at it.
I had a little bit of a joke for you.
Oh, could you speak into the microphone? I'm sorry.
I had a little bit of a joke for this. This American was over in Donegal.
Yes.
And he had a big car and he broke down in front of the farmer's house. And the farmer's wife came out and says, "You maybe should help that man, he must be broke down." So he ran out, the farmer ran out, and he says, "Hey, you broke down?" "No," he says, "I'm all set." So he opened the trunk of the car, he says, "I'm all set. I got a Volkswagen in here in my car, I'm all set."
We'll be right back on the other side of the news.
Very good.
So let's say hello to our. Oh, look, England.
Unreal.
He just logged on from England. How are you doing, my friend in England? You know that new name you have there. I still don't know how to pronounce it whatsoever. I mean, did you purposely make that name so complicated that the mayor can't say it? I didn't know how. I forgot what I used to call you when you were in America now. So I was like, this thing is what is that all about? I can't understand it, but I'm glad you're tuning in. Third day tuned in from England.
Wow.
We've actually have listeners now on regular radio, on the iHeartRadio. And you know what I'd like you to do, my friend from England? See if you can log on, because I had somebody that said they listened in London, England, and they listened at iHeartRadio. It's a free app. WAXE, wax, like a candle, waxy. WAXE, waxy. So listen, while we're in the news break, for those that are staying with us now, we have a few viewers here. Harry McCleary, where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Ireland.
He's from County Donegal. He already said that, lad.
Did he say it on the air?
Yeah, I don't know if he said it on the air.
Donegal.
Huh?
Donegal.
Donegal. Now, why don't you play a little bit of Irish Eyes Are Smiling, and David and I will sing to it.
Oh, nice.
Hold on a second. My friend from England has said something. He said, very well, Rhett, Serenity in Spanish and Daddy. Okay. There's love mentioned one time in the book. Okay. Anyway, so yes, Serenity is his daughter. And hello to Serenity. She's lovely. And you're blessed to have her, sir. Okay, so you're going to sing us, what, Irish Eyes Are Smiling?
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. This
When Irish eyes are smiling, sure it's like a morning spring.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Do you sing?
I can sing a little bit.
Would you want to sing?
Yeah.
You never sing.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
Sing, I'm gonna sing.
I thought, what, do you sing when Irish Eyes Are Smiling?
Yeah, I can sing.
Okay.
Can you sing and play at the same time?
Not really. Yeah.
Oh,
Not
not
really. So that's the problem.
Oh, he's nice. You were just trying to be
Amenable.
When
Irish
Irish eyes are smiling, sure it's like a morning spring. And the little Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing.
When I
Okay, that's enough of that. Let's we'd rather have hear your hand. What do you call this device, by the way?
This is a button accordion.
A button accordion.
Chromatic.
Okay, so that's why when somebody says button it up, they probably mean
they call it the button box.
the button box.
We used to call it back in Ireland the melodeon.
Uh-huh.
So,
Daddy plays the squeeze box.
Yeah.
Mama, she loves it all night.
Grandma plays the bagpipes.
Okay, go ahead back with Irish guys. Saturday, the parade. Oh, we're probably still on YouTube. Is that still on? So that stays on probably when we go to break, right?
I'm sure they're working hard enough to pause up when you guys go to break, so yeah, you're live. Breaks and everything.
Wow. Gotta watch out what we say now.
So quit saying disparaging comments about me on YouTube.
That's right. Watch out for that. Watch out for that Irishman behind the glass.
So you know perspective, my friend. You've got another Irishman on the other side of the glass. And normally I'm found behind a different glass.
How old were you? How old were you when you came? Oh, we're back on. We're going to be back on momentarily. But how old were you when you came here from?
I was about 26 years old.
26 years old.
26 years old. Yeah.
So you remember it well.
Oh yeah.
Now, is there a do you miss it?
Oh yeah. Well, you know what?
30 seconds.
Okay, hold on. I'll ask you on the air. Mr. Walsh, how are you?
Good.
All right.
That's where you'll find a team of specialists that's faster to any size disaster. So when the things that matter most are on the line, make sure ServPro of Vero Beach is too by calling 772-770-0501.
On my tongue for 3 days.
That's ServPro of Vero Beach.
What causes that?
Make fire, water, and mold damage like it never ever happened.
Bad thoughts.
Franchises are independently owned and operated.
Music, please. Oh, top of the morning to you there.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes.
Why are we celebrating St. Patrick's Day
Because
the day after St. Patrick's
it's a good
Day?
question. It's a good question because people are saying, "Is this a rerun?" No, it's not a rerun. It's because this we're like the Protestants and the Catholics. They're always fighting, over there. Well, anyway, there's one group that has the parade that I was in last Saturday, and that was on the beach. Big turnout too. There were about 20,000 people. It was wonderful. But there's going to be another parade tomorrow, and the sheriff will be in it. I'll be in it. And I want to convince you to be in it. It'll be in Vero Beach, because I last week I went there and I forgot to sign up, so I didn't even know if I'd get to be in the parade or they put me at the end of the parade. But sometimes
you were the Grand Marshal one time.
That's right, the Grand.
So how could they ignore you, lad?
Well, I tell you what, they could have though, and that would have been their privilege and right. But what happened? I showed up. And I had nobody in my little 1928 Model A car. Got it washed in the morning, filled up the gas tank. I get there, and all of a sudden they're about ready. It's 5 minutes to starting the parade, and Mr. Keene, no, Steen. What's his name? Carl Steen.
Carl Steen.
In the banking business locally. He comes up and says, "Rhett, would you mind if would you mind if we put a dignitary in your car?" I said, "No." So he said, "Come on." So he gets in the car, and we drive around and scooter around, and we picked up the Grand Marshal. And so then they scoot us to the front of the parade.
Who's the Grand Marshal? You don't know.
I don't know, some guy in his 90s. And his wife, and Beverly here, she was in the car with us.
Oh, good.
We had a great time. And Michael McClary was there.
Oh, yeah.
The handsome Michael McClary. Play us a little bit on there, just about 10 seconds. He's got this squeeze box. And what is that called, a button?
This is called the button box.
A button box.
Yeah.
And he moved here from Ireland when he was...
61.
In 1961,
1961,
when he was
yeah.
26, and he's wearing his green shirt and his green cap today.
Yeah.
And you're going to be in the parade tomorrow,
Well, they've been
2 days after.
Riding in the car tomorrow.
Riding in the car tomorrow, and I'll be there too, I hope.
Have some green beer in the afternoon.
See, so that's why we're on the air celebrating St. Patty's Day, a day late.
You should.
And $1 short, I might tell you.
You should tell everyone in the radio audience how our accordion player is attired.
Yes, he has a green. I just did. He has a green shirt and a green cap.
Okay, an astonishing green cap.
Yes, but he's on Facebook right now. You can. We've got quite a few viewers
Go to
here.
Facebook, you'll see it. But it's a beautiful cap with a little crown, a little what is it? A coat of arms there?
Shamrock.
It's a shamrock.
That's a shamrock.
Well, that's a coat of arms for the whole Ireland itself.
I hope it don't rain tomorrow because people don't like to get the shamrock wet, but you don't know.
By the way, today's broadcast is being brought to you by Just Desserts. It's a mother and daughter team in town for your next event, party, special event, whatever it might be. Log on to justdesserts.com. Also, today's broadcast brought to you by Mark's at the Point Hair Salon. Mark's is one of the good guys in town, I assure you. Mark's at the Point Hair Salon, right down the street from our Studio 95, right here. And also Chow Cab. They're new in town. Chowcab.com. Your favorite restaurant food delivered directly to your door at chowcab.com. Yes, sir, the man behind the glass.
I've gone to your Facebook page, and I've noticed that you currently are streaming on Facebook.
Yes.
Lovely video.
Yes.
And you're doing an excellent job.
Yes.
But I posted the other video link to the camera here.
Yes.
So people can go to your Facebook page and click on your video.
Or
I've claimed as my video now.
aha. The only thing is, the other day for the young, handsome detective, they had the camera right here where you could see him. I've noticed today they put the camera back here where all you can see is the back of my head when I'm talking to the guest.
Maybe it's a comparison.
We need multiple cameras here.
The what?
The clumsiness of the host.
The clumsiness.
We are more concerned. We do not want you to trip over the cord. We can I can
Yeah.
adjust.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. I just, I do have an ego. I mean, it's probably.
You have a very nice back of your head, though.
Oh, thank you. You never know.
Why should you be different? Everybody has an ego.
Some beautiful girl watching might be going, "Oh, I like that man's head. I think I'd like to run my fingers through his hair. What little he has left." Why women like us, I'll never know.
Well, I don't care.
But I'm glad I don't. I'm glad you don't care.
I don't
Sure you
care.
do. You want them to want you, don't you?
I don't care why, as long as they do.
As long as they do.
Doesn't make a difference to me.
So did you do anything special for St. Patty's Day?
No, nothing much special.
I went out to my aunt and uncle's. Barbara made corned beef and cabbage, and it was fantastico.
Great.
She baked it all day with a
Really?
special mustard brown sugar on the top, at the end.
Yeah.
Even with some very finely sliced lemons. I don't know what it does to it. But I have to say, it doesn't get any better.
I went to the Vero Beach Yacht Club and had corned beef and cabbage there, which was well done, and the soda bread was outstanding.
The soda bread.
Irish soda bread is a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
That's good stuff, yeah.
Now tell me something, Mr. McClary.
Yeah.
You come from Ireland.
Yes, that's
Now, up to the microphone a bit.
Yeah.
Now, do they really serve corned beef and cabbage in Ireland?
Not really. No, I never heard it till I come out to this country.
It's a bunch of malarkey. Did you ever kiss the Blarney Stone?
Not really, but my wife, she said somebody asked her that, and she said she swallowed it. So you
She's
can't.
what to?
She swallowed it, so you can't kiss it no more. It's gone.
She did what to
She
it?
said she swallowed it.
Oh, she
Oh,
swallowed
yeah.
it.
You have to.
That's another one. That's one of Mr. McClary's jokes. Hey, I'll tell you one of my jokes.
Yes.
Okay, so we're up at the border.
Yes.
People have been listening to me for 23
I've
years.
heard this story.
Oh my word!
Oh,
He's
no.
telling it
Oh,
again.
God, no.
Okay, so anyway, they're up at the border. There's a Canadian, there's an American, and there's an Irishman.
Yeah.
So they said to them, right on the border of Canada and the USA, he says, so that the interviewer, maybe it was me, says to the American, if you weren't American, what would you be? He says, well, I guess I'd be Canadian.
Yeah.
And they looked at the Canadians and now, Canadian, Mr. Canadian, if you weren't a Canadian, what would you be? He says, I guess I'd be American.
Yeah.
And then he looks at the Irishman. He says, now, to the Irishman, if you weren't Irish, what would you be? He took 3 steps back. He said, I'd be ashamed of myself.
Are we on the air now?
We are. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We are on the air. Would you like to tell another joke?
Yeah, I had a joke about this. There was an Irishman, an Englishman,
Yeah.
and an Italian going up to the moon.
Yeah.
And each one had a job to do. So the Englishman, he said, what do you got to do? He says, you have to just keep the nozzle and control, have to keep her heading for the moon. And they asked the Englishman, what do you got to do? Oh, he says, you just call back to see when we're there. And they asked the Italian, what is my mission? He says, feed the monkey.
All right, it's time for another song. Okay, that's enough.
Tell them when the parade starts.
Oh, the parade. I don't know when the parade. When does the parade start?
The parade starts at 1 o'clock tomorrow.
And where does it start?
Up at the high school.
Why would you have a parade so late in the day when it gets hot in Florida?
Well, probably they're going to be paid bands and that there coming from Melbourne and different places.
Oh, see, we have the bands for this
And
one.
they probably have to do a little practice before they start the marching and so forth.
That's it.
And I think, you know what I'm saying, they get organized.
So what did you do for a living, Mr. McClary?
Well, I did farm work in Ireland. My father.
You did farm work?
Yeah, I did farm work. Yeah.
Cows and
Yeah, cows and that. And
chickens and...
Oh, yeah, we had all that. And chickens and have our own bacon, our own pigs.
Really?
Yeah.
So you've done it all.
We did it all. And
Did you ever have a hard time killing the pigs? I had a hard time when I was younger. I used to have a maid, Violaine, and I would go out and spend the weekends at her house because she had a grandson, named Ricky.
Yeah.
But up in Poughkeepsie, New York, and they were living out near Millbrook. But anyway, I would spend the weekends with them, but they had pigs.
Yeah.
And then it was quite shocking for this little white boy who was living in suburbia, spending the weekend there with them. We would go out to see their pigs, and then they go, pow! They'd shoot them in the head, then they'd slit their throats.
Yeah, well.
And then hang them upside down. You did all that yourself?
Yeah, well, my brother, he used to, but this man, Jim George, to come down and he would do all these tools with him and had knives to kill. But my brother used to pull them out through the door and he would hit at that time. He would hit the pig in the head with a sledge.
Hit the who? The pig?
Yeah.
In the head with a sledgehammer?
Yeah, knock it out. And then the butcher, he would cut his throat.
Yeah.
And then my mother, she had a big pot on the stove, boiling water, and they would throw the pig on a flat piece of wood or like a plywood and would scrape all the hair of the pig and clean out its inside and so forth.
Did you ever feel bad about it? Because, there's been no one that, I don't know if I had to kill. I was up to the fair the other day and I saw the pigs. Pigs are my least favorite because they used to work at Albany Medical Center.
Yeah.
And they have a certain smell.
Yes, yes.
And, fresh pork smells like that. I can't eat fresh pork. Now, I love bacon, but, or cured ham. But I can't eat fresh pork. It smells just like the pig. So we're out there at the fair the other day, looking at the pig.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They were urinating on each other and just, pigs.
It's a funny thing.
And what? What's funny?
It's a funny thing about a pig now. I heard in the report there that the pig's heart is very close to a human's heart.
Yeah, they use the valve.
They tell me that it's amazing that they're,
There's people walking around listening to probably somebody listening to this broadcast in this town right now has a pig's valve in his heart.
Could have a pig's heart in there, who knows?
That's Mr. McClary's idea of humor. He's got a pig's heart.
If you see somebody walking around or maybe kind of half wobbling at the parade, you know what's happening.
Did you ever get close to those pigs on your farm where you felt bad about killing them?
Yeah, well, my mother and I, when the mother pig was having babies at night, we used to have to sit up at night with the pigs because what happened then was if she didn't mean to do it, but the sow, she might turn over and, smother some of the new pigs. We had a sow one time. She had 15 at a litter at a time.
15?
15 young pigs at a time.
Oh, my word.
Yeah. And if you weren't there, my mother and I used to, like, because I was a wee boy at the time, and I used to fall asleep, and she says, "You're no much good at, babysitting a pig at night." So I would sit up and I kind of fall goes to sleep. "You better wake up." She would shake me. "You better wake up because this sow might roll over one of the pigs."
So you got close to the piglets.
Oh yeah, very close.
And then you felt bad. But what do you keep a pig for, about a year?
Well, yeah, you keep them for about probably 6 months, and then we used to what they used to do was they would, before they killed them, they used to measure them behind the back legs.
They did what?
They used to measure the size that were behind the back legs.
Yeah.
And if there's like 42 inches, then they were time to kill them, for bacon and so forth.
Yeah. So, of course, I don't know, Mr. Walsh, knowing you've been on the earth for a while, have you ever had fresh eggs from the farm? I mean, right from under the hen? I'm sure you have.
Yeah, I have.
Okay, I used to go visit my brother. He had a place up near Woodstock, New York.
Yes.
And on a Saturday, I'd drive from Poughkeepsie up there, and we would go to this local farm. We'd walk down the dirt road, Browns Road,
Yes.
in Crumville. Anyway, and we would walk to this local farm and get the eggs, fresh laid.
Oh, yeah.
We come back, and there's nothing like the flavor of a fresh laid
Fresh
egg.
eggs is very good.
There's a difference, isn't there?
Yes, they are.
But now it's illegal. If you go out to White Rabbit Farms here,
Yes.
they have to post on the eggs not fit for human consumption now, because the government's gotten involved, saying, you've got to,
Oh yeah.
all this stuff. We got to get the government out.
I get fresh eggs from a local farm here.
Here?
Yeah.
No, where?
Yeah.
White Rabbit?
No,
Who?
a friend of mine.
Oh, well,
She has duck eggs and regular eggs.
you eat duck eggs?
I don't eat them, no.
Oh.
I don't
They're
even
very-
have
Now,
them.
why does that sound weird, duck eggs, But yeah, I'll eat chicken eggs. The chicken's probably inferior to the duck. But tell me something. So, can you arrange for me to meet this person so I can get some
I
eggs?
could arrange for you to get
The big
eggs.
contact. I am the Eggman. You are the Eggman. Cuckoo, 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 cuckoo.
Yeah, sure.
I am he and you are me and we are all together. See how they run like pigs from a gun.
She can
It's a
drop
Beatles
eggs
song, by the
off
way.
to you here.
What's that? She good?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't we call her on the phone now?
Well, I don't have her number with me.
Oh, you
right
don't
now.
have her number, it's just-
She's-
So they are
Harry McClary.
they're a little stronger, the duck eggs, than the hen eggs.
You've had 'em, huh?
Yeah, but they're very good eggs.
Well, pigs have been known to save people's lives.
Is that so?
Well, I've heard of stories where pigs, cows, definitely dogs and cats.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And it's just, I've watched some cows, video of them going to slaughter. And it's like they finally figure out what's going to happen here. They know, and they're booting and kicking, and they don't want to go.
I've seen them go. I've seen the sheep go. The sheep go just like they say. They follow the first one right into the slaughterhouse.
Why do you think Jesus used the analogy of the sheep? Because sheep are pretty dumb. Sheeps. Mr. Bowman, you need to go back to your English class today. All right, Michael McClary, we're going to take a break. Could you please play us something like what's it? A name? Something up tempo. Today's broadcast brought to you by Route 60 Hyundai. Also today's broadcast brought to you by the Tides. When's the last time you went to the Tides? Well, I'll tell you what, they're a very popular restaurant. Very wonderful, good white linen experience. But you won't get a seat if you haven't got a reservation. So call the Tides today. Tell them the mayor of the airway sent you. We'll be right back. Okay, we're gone. All right. Okay, let's see. All right. No, one is like this. Okay, I've got an idea. Now, I wrote this song a few years ago.
As
Now,
you know, this says, I would like you to pick up your guitar, because this man's a very good singer. I heard you sing it the last time I was in here.
Here's an E. Play an E.
See, over there, no. I do G. Can you do G?
Play E. It's just a note of E.
Near the 10.
Okay, let's take the chord of C. We're marching up to Ireland. It goes C, F. It goes C, F, G, C. C, F, G, C. Hey, you almost got it. Okay, it goes like this. We're marching up to Ireland. Actually, he inspired this. I think it was he and Father whatever his name is, Duffy.
Yeah.
Father Duffy there. And it was, we're marching up to Ireland to do what we must do. Hey, we're marching up for Ireland into G7. We'll tip a glass or two. We'll tip one for the Lancey and old Ben Collins too. Hey, we're marching up for Ireland and we'll tip a glass or two. We'll march up to the mountain, declaring we are free. We'll march up to the mountain, then we'll march up to the mountain, declaring we are free. We are a mighty fortress. I gotta remember my own words. We'll march down to the ocean and we'll spit into the sea. We're marching up those chords.
It's an incompleted symphony here.
It's a what?
An incompleted symphony.
Actually, it's completed, but
Sing a Newfoundland song.
Coming back in 1 minute.
Heave our head round. We're heading for the westward. That's a Newfoundland song.
Newfoundland. Newfoundland?
Newfoundland song.
Newfoundland.
I can sing a little bit of that.
Newfoundland. Okay, we'll have you sing a bit of that.
Yeah.
Can you put a little bit of echo on his voice, please?
Echo on whose voice?
The Irishman.
10-4.
You can't leave today
Why?
because I ain't got nobody else. You've got to stay and chat with me. Maybe we'll talk politics at 9.
All right. They got a good write-up.
Oh, Cajun Cove got a good write-up.
Yeah.
Where?
In the Press Journal.
Wonderful.
Yeah, very
Wonderful.
good write-up.
Yeah, wonderful. So, Mr. McClary, you're going to sing that song you were just singing?
Yes.
A cappella. You were just singing a song before we were in break.
Yeah.
What was it?
Let's see now.
You can't remember, can you?
It's the New
Newfoundland, yeah.
Yeah.
Newfoundland.
20 years ago today I left for Ireland. To the lovely shores of Newfoundland I traveled many's a mile. And the people there, they welcome me with open heart and hand. And I thought that I was back again in dear old Ireland. There's Kelly's, Murphy's, and Malone, Brian and O'Hare, the finest bunch and boys and girls that you had ever seen. The farmers and God fishermen, they came across the sea to that lovely isle of Newfoundland, my second home to me. And it's on to old St. John's. You'll always find a welcome here and hear some Irish songs. It fills my heart and fills my eyes to hear the songs again that made us feel that we can say that we are Irishmen.
Very good.
Newfoundland is a wonderful place, and they do have a little lilt of the Irish brogue there.
Yes.
I was up in Nova Scotia a few years back,
And
and
Nova Scotia is not Newfoundland.
no, it's not.
No.
But it's as close as I could get because I wasn't in Newfoundland. You finally found somewhere where the mayor
Yes.
was not.
In Newfoundland, they have on the southern portion is Argentia.
Yeah, Argentia.
And that's where they FDR enunciated the four freedoms.
Aha.
And there's a railroad that goes from St. John's to Argentia, and it was built by the mile. In other words, they charge them by the mile, so it's not straight. It goes crooked so they can make more money.
By the way, I've got a crick in my neck today, and it runs a little crooked, and it's from the left side down to my shoulder. So if there's somebody listening who does deep tissue and you want to come in, I'll compensate you for standing behind me while we're on the air. And I'm serious. So we'll be here.
You need a masseur.
I need a masseur.
Or a masseuse.
Or a masseuse. Which is the difference?
A masseuse is a lady and a masseur is a man. And I always prefer the ladies.
Well, I think that's true. And you know what's amazing about masseuse is that you'll see the little petite thing. And now, not Barbara. She's useless. She doesn't have much strength at all. But there are little girls that have strong fingers.
Yeah.
And it is amazing, stronger than some men.
Oh yeah.
So it depends on the person. Short, tall has no bearing on the competence or the gifted ability of the masseuse. So if there's a masseuse or a masseur listening, come to 95 Royal Palm Point. So you could, if you wouldn't mind.
We'll give you a little.
This is really bugging me. My left side. What does this happen? I must
Yeah,
have slipped too deep or
Yes.
something. Mr. McClary, take us out with a song, will you? We'll see you at the parade tomorrow, Mr. McClary. Play some music right now.
That's right.
Okay. The parade's tomorrow, 1 o'clock, over by the high school. Everybody's invited to attend. David, you going to ride in the car with me?
We'll think about that.
Okay. Hey. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Route 60 Hyundai, also by Center for Advanced Eye Care, 5 eye doctors who truly care about your eye care, and Chow Cab. Log on to chowcab.com, your favorite restaurant food delivered to your door. chowcab.com. Okay, Mr. McClary. You know, I was just thinking, last year I just let you sing.
Yes.
And not talk much. This year, the other day you were on, didn't sing. But today I asked you a question. It was very interesting. You started to talk about your, and I'm sitting here going, you know, he'd be a good guest for radio. So what I mean by that is I want to get together with you, and you don't have to wear the green outfit.
Oh, yeah.
But I want to get together when we're not on the air.
Yes.
By the way, are you available tomorrow morning?
No. Tomorrow is my one day off. I have told everyone I work for I am not working tomorrow.
Okay. Who's supposed to come in tomorrow? I can record it with my phone. But I was wondering, I want to get, do I have your phone number?
Oh, yeah.
Normally I would do it, Rhett, but I've worked almost a month and a half straight, and I've decided that Saturdays will be my day off.
You know, my friend.
Totally get it. I hope you take that little boy to the fair of yours. Okay.
That's kind of what I was planning to do. Fortunately, I get to walk by everyone I work with at the fair.
Okay. Cancel. We had a bunch of, I'll show you how many people we just had. Okay, ending live video. Oh, shoot, chopped off.
I'm really good playing the nightclub at the Irish American Club. Me and this other guy. Up and now, 60 there.
Yeah, I know.
You know where that is?
I used to be president of the club.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, but it's not like it used to be.
No. You know who finally first got that was Big John Kemp.
John Gatens.
Yeah, Gatens. I remember meeting him. Yeah, and it was Eddie Kemp. He was a man at first found that place for them, and they said, there's a place downtown for sale. Why didn't you guys buy it?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was. Do you know Big John Kemp?
No, I don't know him.
No, he's a big man. He's in the service. They come a 7 foot tall. But his father, him and I used to play different places and that. But Bob, you, Mr. Walsh, so the man I was telling you sold the condo for me was Bob Walsh. He work for you people?
No.
Oh, you don't know?
No.
This was Bob Walsh. And he did a good job. He sold the condo and across 1781 Fifth Avenue. I live in 1781 Fifth Avenue. And A little small house. Well, I got two houses. I got the house, I rent the house across the street from where I'm living now. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time Saturday. They always have a lot of bagpipe bands on that day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Jack Houlihan and Jack.
I know Jack.
You know Jack, yeah,
Oh,
nice guy, Jack. And then the other man there, Jack Sullivan, do you know him?
I don't know Sullivan.
No. That's two of the, I think they run that place up there. Yeah. Jack Sullivan, yes. But he's a nice guy, Jack. I think he's from upstate New York, Jack's Sullivan. I mean, Jack Houlihan.
Yeah. Yeah,
He used to sing a song. There's a hooligan on in Hannigan's house tonight. So how's the real estate business?
That's good.
I see the prices getting up a little bit.
They're coming back up, yes.
Coming up a little bit. It's kind of slow, but they're coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said, so you think St. Patrick's Day is over? Tomorrow, Saturday, 1 o'clock, Vero Beach Parade, high school bands, Sheriff Darrell Lore. Oh, I got to put where?
Frank Richardson, do you know Frank? He's going to be the Grand Marshal tomorrow.
Oh, really? Frank
Richardson.
I don't know him.
No.
That's good.
Nice people. And his wife's Peg, yeah. They always have a good parade. You know, it's a funny thing. I was really the first one started to get Irish music going up there. You know,
really?
That,
Oh, here we are.
They call me Squeezebox Harry.
Eric just said this is the way we look on, see, we're on YouTube right now.
Oh, boy.
He took that just now as we're on commercial break.
Yeah.
Look at that.
My son, he can look at that. My son, he does a lot of traveling. He works for Fidelity. He gets down to New York a lot in California. And that, yeah.
Travels a bit.
Yeah, Fidelity. My daughter works for Fidelity too. Still. Yeah, my son, he's been there for like about 20 years. And my daughter's been there for about 25 years.
Oh, really?
Fidelity, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. My son, he's manager. He's away up there.
Can my listeners go to see it on YouTube? And can we put it on rhettpalmer.com?
The Visiting Nurse Association's highly skilled nurses, therapists, and aides have been trusted to care for this community for over 40 years. The VNA is committed to providing patient-focused
I gotta get Rhett's card
care
too, because I have it around.
Will you be in the parade tomorrow at 1 o'clock?
Choose the VNA. Learn more at VNATC.com/choosevna.
The King and I. King and I is the fabulous Broadway musical being presented live on stage in the Vero Beach Theater Guild, March 3rd through March 20th. For reserve seat tickets to The King and I, call 562-8300. That's 562-8300. Or go online at VeroBeachTheaterGuild.com. Don't miss The King and I.
Calling me from 800. I don't think I should take it, do you?
For tickets, call 562-8300.
Never good.
If you want to look like you have a touch of class, go to Touch It Class Dry Cleaning. They have free pickup and delivery. 770-9900. Remember that number, 770-9900. Touch It Class Dry Cleaning.
For all your real estate needs, who should my listeners trust?
Hi, we are the Gibson Girls. I'm the mom and my name is Kim.
I'm the daughter, Samantha.
And we are the Gibson Girls, the team you can trust for all your real estate needs.
We're realtors with Remax Crown.
With over 20 years of real estate experience,
We put you first.
call us.
Rich chair's coming apart.
772-473.
His chair's coming apart.
Yes, it is.
Here we go. 5 seconds.
Good morning. Red, white, and blue concert?
Gibson Girls.
Question mark? Okay, bring us in with some music again, would you?
Yeah.
All right, sir. Hey, laddies, how you doing? And look at that. And your name, sir, is
Harry McCleary.
Harry McCleary. Now, David Walsh is here, my coach. Let's have a round of applause for these fellows joining us, please. There he is.
Quite an audience out there this morning.
Quite an audience. Yeah, they're over here where you can't see them. Now, so the audio track is completely on YouTube too? I mean, they can hear the applause, they can hear me, they can hear you.
They can hear everything in the studio. Now, granted, any of the spots, the applause, anything I play in here gets picked up through headphones. So if your headphones are acting as a speaker, that feeds the microphone on the end. So you're not going to hear the applause as well when I play it like I just did.
Yeah.
You won't hear it in the video as you do in your headphones.
But they do know it.
But you can hear it.
Okay.
As long as there's a set of headphones that are open acting as a speaker.
Oh, and by the way, I'm looking. Neck is really bothering me this morning. There's a masseuse, a masseur, or a masseuse, and there is female or male. I will compensate you greatly, please, if someone who has deep tissue experience and professionalism. How are you, Mr. McCleary? What a name, Harry McCleary. What are the chances of us getting Harry McCleary?
The finiter's name it is.
It is. And he's going to be in the parade tomorrow, Saturday, if you're listening to the rebroadcast on Saturday. And it'll be at the Vero Beach High School at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
1 o'clock in the afternoon, yeah.
All right, how about one final song before we say goodbye to you, Harry McCleary?
All right.
What do you want to play?
All right. We'll do a Scotch one.
Okay, Scotch. That's good. Scotch for the Irish.
Loch Lomond.
It's lovely when it's live, isn't it? Wonderful. Now, Harry McCleary, how many years, I dare tell you something, we thoroughly enjoy you coming over here like this. How many years you been playing that button box?
I've been playing for about over 30 years.
Oh, you started late in life?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Because how old are you now?
Just have a guess.
I don't know.
I'm 80.
You're 80. You're a youngster in this town.
Just a spring chicken.
Just a spring chicken. You're 80.
Over the hill and picking up steam.
Over the hill and picking up steam.
That's what they say in Newfoundland.
You chase the girls just like you used to, but when you get them, you don't know what to do with them.
Yeah, the blondes always want to see me or
the what?
Kiss me, the blondes.
Yeah.
Blondes seem to like me. It must be my white hair or something like that.
The blondes, huh?
Say blondes are more fun.
Yeah, that's because they know you're safe.
Oh, that's what it is.
That's what it is. Well, Harry McCleary, thank you very much for coming in today.
And thank you, Mr. Palmer. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're always welcome here, and
Thank
you for honoring us with your presence.
We'll get together sometime. We'll maybe play up at Mr. Cannon's if maybe we'll go some night.
Why don't you come? Why don't you come tonight?
Well, no, I can't.
Yeah.
No, I'm playing at the Irish American Club tonight.
Oh, you are? Okay, well, we got to get you up there on a Friday night to CJ
Well,
Cannons.
thank you.
By the way, today's broadcast brought to you in part by CJ Cannons.
Great place.
Restaurant with a beautiful panoramic view of Vera's Municipal Airport Strip for breakfast.
What do they overlook?
CJ
What do
Cannons.
they overlook?
They overlook nothing except the runway.
Very good.
So anyway, Mr. Walsh, how you doing? Let's talk a wee little bit about politics now.
You know, I see these people talk about Trump and what a danger he's going to be. These same people who have watched Obama take us down a terrible path and do all kinds of things that are not good for the country. They've sat by and watched without doing anything. And now they say, oh, what this man's going to do to harm us. This is craziness.
Shame is biting at the bit to make commentary. Oh, really? Oh, who has?
Dr. Faye.
Oh, Dr. Faye's on the line about digital. Oh, wonderful. Let's put her on the line then. Okay. Hello, Dr. Faye.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm
And where are you calling us in from?
I am actually calling in from Arkansas today.
Where?
Arkansas.
Oh, Arkansas. Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit. Arkansas. Wow. Oh, good. Hello?
Yes, I'm still here.
Yeah, you're on the air, but we're gonna have to. No, we're gonna have to get you. Please call back on a landline or something where it's skipping out. But I really want to have this interview, so please do call back. All right?
Okay, right away.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we got to. Now listen, she's going to be calling in. She's talking about the digital world and how people are addicted to Facebook, their iPhones. You know, it really is changing our society.
Do you know anyone that's addicted to the iPhone? If you look in the mirror, could you find them?
Well, yes. According to Barbara and other people and you, I am officially addicted. Yeah, about 4 hours a day.
Yeah.
It's very bad. I'll get up early to do the show, and I'll say I'm just going to post that we're going to be live today. Next thing you know, it's 55 minutes later, and it's
you get involved very quickly.
It sucks you right in.
Yeah.
Just like the internet. You know, you can look up, the mating of cows.
Anything you want to know is right there on the internet.
Well, it's like going in the dictionary. You ever go in the dictionary and you came out an hour later because you read this word, which led to this word, to this word, to this word?
That happens too.
Then on the internet, you never know. How did I end up looking at purple lambs that are from Uganda? You know, it's just, wow, I don't know how I got there. So anyway, the age of knowledge.
It's, I just had a business situation where I talked to a banker about something, and he said, well, we can only do X. And I went on the internet and found out we could do a lot of other things. So we're back to him, and he said, oh, I didn't know that. I mean,
yeah,
there's an infinite amount of information there. We used to have it all in the library, and that was confined to the walls, but now we have the internet that's not confined by any borders.
It's simply amazing. Now, Dr. Fay, are you there?
I am.
You sound wonderful.
Yeah, much better.
Now, I wanted to ask you, now, first of all, we're going to be talking about the digital world and the addiction. I have a lot of people around me personally that say, I'm too addicted to Facebook. How commonplace is this in today's world?
It is an epidemic.
Mm.
And we're finding more and more people are coming into, according to research, coming into doctors complaining of eye problems.
Bottle of water for Mr. Walsh.
Focus.
Bottle of water for Mr. Walsh.
Children are deaf now to the voice of parents. They can't, parents are having to repeat themselves more often now. And we see signs all around us, and very little yet is being done to help bring awareness that we need to purposefully put some controls in place.
I don't want to mention any specific restaurants, but the restaurants that I've been going to for 23 years in the village here of Vero Beach, Florida, and people used to talk. Well, here's how I'll explain it. First of all, went to the Social Security office about 9 months ago, and locally, and people trickled in, and it was getting pretty full. We're a small town, so it's maybe there might be room for 50 people in it in the waiting area. And there's a guard there. I don't know why they have a guard, but they have a guard there anyway. So all of a sudden, the din of the people talking, blah, 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 got louder and louder and louder. And suddenly the guard goes, quiet down. And of course, my immediate response is, geez, am I in Germany? Who's this guy think he is? We're in America, but everybody got quiet. And from that point forward, everybody talked more gently and quietly. And I've noticed there are restaurants in town I go to now. And as people come in, they get louder and louder and louder to the point where there's some restaurants I actually can't sit in during their peak visitorship because it's just too much. I think the phones have got us all yelling. What's with that?
I think you're absolutely correct. Entire socio, whatever it is, has shifted. The culture itself is now a techie culture.
Yeah.
And if you're not inside of that culture, you can't relate. years ago, my college age nieces and nephews introduced me to texting. I was a texter. I like to pick up the phone. I like conversations with people because I can get clarity and understanding. But because of college life and texting just became so popular, they taught me about texting. And in texting, it's like there's so much miscommunication.
Could we have a bottle of water for Mr. Walsh, please?
Because I don't get it. I don't understand. So we've got a society that has now become dependent upon having a cell phone as an appendage. If I leave my cell phone at home, I got to go back home, pick it up, because it's now a part of my body. It's part of me. And so now everything has shifted, and we have people that are sitting at the dinner table, families. There's a commercial about that. I don't know the brand, but anyway, there's a commercial about that where the family is sitting around the table and they're texting each other. That's actually happening. People sitting at the table texting each other. Wives and husbands Facebooking each other during the day. So when they get home, if they're not online, they really have no communication, and they wonder why their marriages are falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
Now, from the very beginning, God said it's not good that man should be alone. With the top technology that's available through texting, through social media, we now have people communicating through a machine, if you will, and they've lost the human touch.
Well, you're right. I was in an airport, and I love people, and I'm walking around, and I'm lost my way, and up comes this young lady, and I want to start a conversation with, saying, "Oh, where am I? How to go there?" It's nice. It's the way you meet people. All of a sudden, she starts talking. She's talking. She's got the thing in her ear, and I couldn't ask her. And I said, these things are robbing us of interaction with each other.
Yeah, well, texting is like it's not a two-way street.
What do you mean?
You don't have back and forth. There's a fluid back and forth conversation. You have declarations of fact or whatever. They're just declarations. They're not a human to and fro.
Well,
give and take.
Speak for yourself, but I have texts we go back and forth and fluidly.
I don't think so. Not as much as you would personally talking.
Yeah, our Twitch would totally disagree. That is the only way they communicate. There are addicted Twitterers, addicted texters, and that's their life. It is their life. And sadly, they don't know about social interaction. Social interaction for them, for an 18-year-old, 21-year-old, and now for our 6-year-old niece. Communicate with mom and dad.
It's
text from my bedroom.
It's ridiculous, and it's very deceptive. This world is filled with trickery, smoke and mirrors. In this, somebody goes out, and there's a lot of you out there, and don't deny it. And you have a dream of having a brand new Porsche. You want a $150,000 Porsche. So you go off to school, you become an attorney, or you get in real estate, and you work for years. And I'm going to be successful. You have your Porsche, and you're at a red light. And do you really think the person next to you gives a damn who you're trying to impress? Because if you drive off when the light turns green and you die in an accident, 30 seconds later, the person to your left doesn't give a damn. So people get on this. They think that, they're connecting to the world. I'm really, by the way, what's the word? Upbraiding myself. I don't know, correcting myself. In that they get on there and you think you're really connecting, but it's a very superficial.
What I'm saying is, with your texting, it's not the same as face to face. When you're talking to someone, you can read their facial expression as how they're reacting to you,
and the tone,
and the tone. You don't get that with texting,
right? A lot of relationships have ended because of text, right, doctor?
What kind of doctor are you?
I have a doctorate in divinity and holistic theology, spirit, soul, and body.
Okay.
Taking care of the whole person.
Okay. So, well, you're into emotion a lot.
Yeah, what I've learned is just in my research on technology. I'm into people being whole, spirit, soul, and body, because God did not create us as a one-part being.
Mm-hmm.
So there's many different parts to us, and the part that we're addressing today has been, I think, people become emotionally
Really?
I can end a relationship with a text, and I don't have to face you, and not have an emotional attachment. Just as you were stating, not have an emotional attachment to it. Like, I'm done. You know.
Yeah, and also the thing is now, I don't know. I bet you, I don't know. Maybe Mr. Walsh hasn't, but I'll bet you and I, Dr. Fay, have lost a relationship due to a misconstrued tone through an email.
Absolutely.
Or text.
Absolutely. A lot of business deals just, shoot an email, or disappear altogether.
Well, the thing is, you think you're being terse, but it's when it's a text or an email, it sounds worse than terse. It sounds like you're being haughty or arrogant or something, right?
Absolutely, because what people do now is that they hide behind the text, hide behind the email. So I can attack you, and you don't get to respond if I don't want you to. I can attack you in a text and block your return.
Well, I had somebody that was negotiating with somebody recently, and I guess he was a local lawn man, and they said that he texted back that the guy was trying to wheel and deal with him. And he said, well, $80 for you is a pair of shoes. For me, it's food on my table for the family. Well, the wife saw that of the man that owns the property and said, well, we're going to fire him because of his attitude of texting. Now, live, he might have said, hey, David, I'm your lawn guy. I said, David, you say, hey, Rhett, we'd like to, can we negotiate this? And I said, it's an $80 difference. And I say to you, David, $80 to you is a new pair of shoes, but for me, I've got babies to feed. Now, that sounded okay face to face, but the attitude can be misconstrued from a text. Mm.
Reported that a trillion text messages are sent every year.
Now, do you have a book out, or I know, how did I come to have you on the show? Because I like the subject.
Well, I work with a group that actually sent out pitches to different networks.
Yes.
And that's probably how you received mine.
No, but I mean, why are you doing this? Are you promoting a book, or?
I have a book. It's called Fatal Distraction.
Hold on, great title, Fatal.
And the subtitle is Steal, Kill, Destroy.
Boy, my fiance would like to meet you.
It's not all about the text generation, but this is a huge part of it. And I'm sure we will be coming out with another ebook. I do ebooks because people are so tech savvy. We decided to put all of our books in Kindle in the hands of every person.
You know what's amazing? I have a friend of mine who's a New York Times bestselling author. Do you know over 175 to 200 million copies of her books have been sold? Do you know now, in just the past 3-4 years, it's gone to over 50% are ebooks. 50% of her sales. Now, my engineer is saying we got to take a break. Now, can you stay with us a little longer than expected because we got a late start? You're not in any rush, Dr. Fay? By the way, what's your website if people want to get in touch with you?
My website is www.drfaye.com.
That's DRFAYE. All right, drfaye.com. Fatal Distraction. Today's broadcast brought to you by Route 60 Hyundai, where you'll get good service before and after the deal. Also, today's broadcast brought to you by Dr. Mallon, Dr. Schnell, Dr. Katz, Dr. Kadadade, and Dr. Brannigan. Who are all these doctors? Well, Center for Advanced Eye Care. They're 5 eye doctors who genuinely care about your eye care. When my mom was on this earth, that's who I sent it to. And today's broadcast is also brought to you by ChowCab.com. Your favorite restaurant food delivered directly to your door. Log on to ChowCab.com. We'll be right back.
It's a wild ride at the Firefighters East River County Fair, March 11th through 20th. Come out and see the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, plus Grizzly Bear. All your fair favorites are back. The Firefighter Training Show for Kids.
You all right?
Circus.
Well, a little bit of
Starring Stephen Marcus.
I think I got to get back into the exercise program.
Nah.
No, but lately I've really been feeling a little bit extra fluttering here, and I'm drinking the coffee this morning. And, I think that cough is not congestion. I think
I wouldn't think about losing weight. That's the last thing I think about.
Hey, you. What do you think of this?
It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, really. I mean, you don't get on the internet that much, do you?
I'm on the email.
Remember what you say, because we are still live on YouTube.
I'm on email all the time, every day. You know, and I do texting. I do texting.
Because you, honestly, if I have friends, I told them, I said, I was talking to some young lady here. I said, yeah, now Mr. Walsh, he can seem like he's being, you know, curt, but you're very terse. You're like that. I've seen you on the phone, you know, and you'll be on the phone and business. Yep. I mean, there's no extra niceties and that bullcrap. And I've had to learn not to be that way, because people have said, you know, I could call up Shane. Now this has not happened with Shane, but it could happen with Shane. That I call up and go, hey, who are we? What are we playing at 8:35 this morning? And now he's never said this, but I've had, like Mel in the past had said, good morning.
Yeah.
In other words, I want to be.
Press the intercom button and then take your finger off halfway through a conversation here. I want to hear the rest of this. Don't tease me with this.
Okay. So, well, here's the deal. Yeah, like I remember calling Mel years ago and just jumping right into business, which I think is, for me, is fine, because it's all about when I'm in here, it's all about the viewers, the listeners. It's not about me. So I figure we're on the same plane. Whereas if they're not the owner of the business necessarily, or whatever, or anyway, they expect you to say, good morning, how are you? You're valid. Now I do this everywhere I go. I call a doctor. Hi, how are you? Hello, you what, Roberta? Oh, good. How are the kids? And I got to go through this, and then I got to go, oh, by the way, you know, and I'm consumed with guilt, and you know, but do you ever do these niceties?
Well, I have to force myself, because when you're focused.
We're back on. Because why?
When you're focused on
We're in the news. We're in the news.
Oh, we're in the news. Okay, let me tell. Dr. Fay? Okay, we're in the news, and we'll be there. How long will we be in the news? 4 minutes?
News is 3 minutes. The spot block afterwards is now 3 minutes.
Okay, see if we can cut something off, because, you know, we got going a little late here with it. Just tell me, pick up a couple and we'll do some live. I'll do some live reads. But I just wanted to let you know so you could go to the ladies' room or get a cup of coffee or whatever. So we'll be back on in about 5 minutes, okay? But listen, is there anything where you want me to go with this interview? Mm-hmm. Yeah, an epidemic, true. Okay, so we'll be back with you in a few minutes. I'm going to hang up the phone, but I'm not hanging up on you, okay? Okay, thank you. All right. Seems like a very...
Hey, Rhett.
What?
Here's what's in the next spot block. Let me know which one you think you can do a live read for. Riverside Theater.
No.
Home Center Restore. Yeah. Indian River Walk-In Clinic.
Home Center.
Elite Oil and Complete Electric. Keep in mind, Indian Walk-In Clinic asked for a report, so I'd like to play their spot.
Okay, the Home Center you can pull out, Elite Oil you can pull out, and the electric company, Complete Electric. I jammed them so they get a lot more than they're supposed to get. So yeah, you can pull those three. Would you like anything from the kitchen area, sir?
No, thank you.
Right, and then you've got.
Where did Beverly say she was going?
Oh, I can tell you exactly where she's going. She went to Cajun Cove to get breakfast.
She is?
Yes. I guess she ran into the chef and started talking to him, talking about breakfast. He handed her a menu and she went over. Where is he going? What the is he doing? The man just had me remove 2 minutes worth of spots and then he leaves.
I'll talk.
Oh my God! What kind of crazy is this?
Hey, People wonder why I'm crazy. How long is this break? It's 3 minutes, Rhett. Oh, that's too long. Shorten it up so I can wander to Cajun Cove and not be here when the spot block ends.
All right, I'll do it.
Oh, you're on, Dave. The open will start in 45 seconds,
Okay.
which I'm sure he will not come back by then. And our guest name is Dr. Fay, in case you may not remember. And if you did remember, I'm sorry, but remember, the host beforehand will forget her name in 3 minutes.
With great providers, convenient hours, great location, a staff that cares, Indian River Walk-In Clinic Miracle Mile has a 95% patient satisfaction rate. Best part is Indian River Walk-In Clinic is moving to a brand new space twice the size, just a few doors down.
It did come back.
Oh my God!
It did come back.
Medical care, visit Indian River Walk-In Clinic.
Your engineer was going batty. He cut out the commercials and then he walks out. He drives me crazy.
You crazy. You crazy, man.
I was just over at Cajun Cove, and Beverly has gone. She's sitting outside. There's a few other ladies sitting outside al fresco in the morning having a lovely breakfast at Cajun Cove.
Beverly's having breakfast there?
Yeah, so outside, sitting at a table with herself. She's having some pancake and an egg. And yes, right there, right next door. Here, Studio 95. Stop into the Cajun Cove. Tell them you heard about it on our show, would you? Fatal Distraction. We all know the movie Fatal Attraction. Well, Dr. Fay is on the line, David Walsh, and she has written a book called Fatal Distraction. What is your book about, Dr. Fay?
It is about the epidemic and the attacks that we face during the day, whether through technology and just in our own minds, starting on a course, starting on a destiny, and allowing other things to get in the way, and how social media has played a major part in that. Spending hours and hours a day in front of the computer and not really getting anything done, like the hamster on the wheel, because we're darting around trying to answer emails and responding to chats and texting all at the same time. And we call it multitasking, when in reality, we can only do one thing at a time.
Well, and particularly, I think males are less capable of multitasking. I don't know. Would you agree with that? Are females more capable, or?
I think as women, we get a lot of physical things done during the day because we have programmed or been programmed to believe we have to, and we do it very well. However, because we sacrifice ourselves for these things, we're not really accomplishing what I believe God wants us to accomplish holistically. We are sacrificing a greater part of ourselves emotionally and physically, trying to satisfy everyone else. So I don't know if to say that men don't get more done as far as multitasking, which I think is an illusion.
Sure.
I think we are designed to focus on one
All right.
thing.
What are the ramifications of, like, I went out to dinner yesterday. I did not have dinner, but I was joining some friends that were visiting from out of town. I took them to a local restaurant and they got corned beef and cabbage. Well, all of a sudden after they ordered, I looked at the table. I'm on my device. She's on her device, and my friend and her husband he's on his device. And the person that's in my life, she would get very upset. I've been being told not to bring. I went to my aunt and uncle yesterday for they're Irish, for corned beef and cabbage, and I was told ever so bluntly, please leave your iPhone in the car.
Well, we were out to dinner, and I had to remonstrate with you about that as well. We're talking, having a nice conversation, and you pull out the iPhone.
And that's not good, is it, Doctor?
Absolutely not, because you're not with each other. You're with your thing.
Yeah.
You're with your device.
So, but this is happening. This is pervasive through our society. And what's going to be the ramifications of all this addiction to electronic media?
We're experiencing that. Marriages, people are ending up in divorce. We've had over the past decade a ton of talk shows address the issue of pornography, online dating, and online affairs.
Mm-hmm.
And what has happened is that it has escalated. It hasn't subsided because we brought attention to it. What has happened is that more and more people have engaged and have brought some devastation to families and relationships, because people are now electronically programmed to believe that, I can actually have this intimacy with someone on the internet, and it is a total deception. I believe that it is demonic in its nature, and it gets people into a place where they are walking in a world that's not even real. It's phony, it's fake, it's techie. And so the only way we can address this is to bring awareness and to talk about these issues, so help people to understand you're not married to the iPhone. It breaks. You're not married to technology. You're not married to that person on Facebook, the illusion of a Facebook friend. I don't even know you.
But
my friend.
But the bad news is, I don't see an end to this.
I don't see an end to technology. What I do see is bringing an awareness, bringing back the human touch, having people to understand that we're training our children to be distant from us and to be distant from the human touch, and putting games in our children's hands that are teaching them. Children are visual, so we're teaching and training our children through technology. We're letting technology be the babysitter. There was just an out. The culture was upset because we had called the television was the babysitter. Now television is no longer the babysitter. We are now buying iPads and iPhones and whatever they're asking for, and we're putting these games as the babysitter. And we're wondering why the children do not hear the teacher, they don't hear the parents, and we're drugging them because they can't hear when we are instrumental in causing this issue in the first place. We have to own the responsibility. We have to decide that we are humans. We are not machines. And humans, we need human touch.
Yeah.
And without that, we ultimately die. Isolation will kill you.
Really?
This is nothing new. Now, when I was many years ago, when I was a boy, and my history teacher said, I want you people to listen to me. I know you listen to the radio and you turn it off, even though it's in the background. You can turn it off. You're having me in the background. That's a fact. And so, but now it's much more pervasive than the radio in the background, because you're actively picking up this unit, holding it in your arm, in your hands, and talking into it. You're much more involved than the radio, passive radio listening, or even TV, a little more engrossed. But nothing is more engrossed than you personally picking this up and getting into a conversation, not real conversation, because real conversation takes place between people facing each other and looking at each other, seeing their body, their body motion, their face motion. I get choked up talking about this. I'm sorry, but
well, they have a video on I don't know where. Well, I think it was actually the video was on Facebook, but it shows this young man. He's sitting on a park bench, and this young lady comes by, and I don't know, his dog, starts to play with her dog or something, and they meet, and it shows them falling in love, and it shows them getting married. Then it reenacts the same scene, but he's on the cell phone. She walks by. They never meet.
Well, that's very possible.
Well, it's just like I said, I'll be out somewhere publicly, and I'm a very chatty guy, and there's a great excuse to say, hi, excuse me, I'm at the airport. How do you get here? How do you get to, and I've made friends at airports. We all have, or if you sit next to somebody.
Not as many as you.
But all of a sudden, you're sitting next to somebody in the airplane, for instance, and you've got your headset on, and you're watching a movie, and you never even know who the person was, and the person could have changed your life. I mean, I've heard countless stories of couples that have met on airplanes, friends that were made, you're sitting next to a famous author and you don't know it, and you start a conversation and find out, you read the book, it changes your life, you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's nothing that can replace human interaction.
Yeah.
It is a God ordained. We were created to interact with people. We were created to have fellowship and communion with people.
Mm-hmm.
And when we allow electronics to try to be a substitute, it's a very poor substitute for that. I enjoy Facebook for what it can do for getting my message out. I enjoy Twitter for what it can do to get my message out.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, I don't need to build relationships, to use it as a substitute for relationships. People that are in my family or people in my community, they need to see me. They need to know the person that I am on the inside, because there is no substitute for fame. You can't put me in put me online. I understand that the website is my presence there, but it is not all of me. So getting back to having that human touch, getting back to those day-to-day relationships, we have to purposefully do this because it is a draw, it is an attraction, it is a distraction, it is an addiction if we allow it to be. But we can choose, like in anything else, whether it's too much coffee or too much whatever that we become so addicted to. We have to learn to tailor those habits and then begin to redirect that energy. So what I've learned to do in my own life, and I encourage other people to do that, put timers on yourself. I have a little hourglass on my desk for conversations or for texting, and I set limitations on what type of text I will have conversations about. If you're texting me about business, I'll say, call me. I will not take care of this way. If you email me and I feel like I've got to do a dozen emails to get my point across, no, let's talk. So I have to decide where the boundaries are. If we don't set boundaries, then we are being controlled. We're becoming robotic. We're being controlled by the thing that was created to be an asset. It's a great way to connect with the world.
Talking about,
originally called the World Wide Web. We don't hear that term very often now, but we still use it. But it is now online dating, online relationships, online business building, which I absolutely enjoy.
Oh, yeah, but you're right. It has changed. Matter of fact, I met Barbara on Match.com. 7 years ago, I was suddenly left alone. Mother had died. Relationship had ended. I'm all by myself. It's a Friday afternoon. I said, I don't want to be alone tonight. And I saw this thing called Match. I said, Match. I didn't even know what it was. Now, when I was growing up, I'm 62 years of age. When I was growing up, anybody that got a service for dating was inferior and usually a nerd, and probably need to cut the hairs hanging out of their nose. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, so I said, well, Match. Well, why not? I got out the credit card, got on. I got a date that night. And I had a wonderful meal. And the young lady treated me very nice. And she actually kissed me goodnight. And next week, I had another date. And the third date, I met Barbara, and we've been together 7 years. But which is great because the walls come down. I mean, like if I see a beautiful, let's say I'm single again, okay, and I'm in a restaurant and I see a beautiful woman, I'm not going to go up and say, that white dress looks lovely. And by the way, are you free? How would you like to go have a cup of coffee sometime? Who are you? Get away from me. Whereas when you're on a site that says, I am single and I'm looking for companionship, those walls are down. The baloney goes away, and so it's a double-edged sword, this whole electronic digital thing, because it's altering all our lives.
Absolutely. The one point that you made, you came offline with her.
Mm-hmm.
There would not have been a relationship had not you taken it offline.
You bring up a good point because. That's right. Now, she had said on Match.com, Barbara said, I want to get on Match so I can get off Match. Now, it's 4 weeks later, and now I'm finding this is fun to go down here and see, so she's my friend down there, obviously, or whatever it is you do. Anyway, she says, hey, I noticed you're on Match. Now, you know that I said I got on Match to get off Match. If you're going to stay on Match, then we might as well hit the road. So I got off Match, and that was that. So.
Well, that's a great story, and I'm glad you shared that because so many people have these dating relationships, and they stay online. And that is objective, just like Barbara said, the objective is to get off.
But I want to warn, I'm not a father, but if I had a daughter, I would warn. It's very, first of all, it makes women vulnerable because, okay, I meet you, I don't know what's going on, and women have always known that they need to keep a little secret to keep the interest. Well, all of a sudden you get unmatched, all these women are saying, I'm available. Suddenly the power, maybe a little too much power, goes to the male. Because we all know stories that guys that get on there and all they do is date, seduce, date, seduce, date, seduce. And here's women coming in vulnerable. They've let down their guard.
And you underestimate the women. I don't think that they're going to. But there are some that will fall for that. But
a lot. There's a.
What do you think, Doctor?
Yeah, Doctor, what do you say?
I think the women are much smarter than they're given credit for, and I think that it's, again, I think it goes both ways. I think that there are women who are savvy enough that they know how to protect themselves from predators, and I think that there are women who are vulnerable, just as there are men out there who are as well, especially those that have been hurt and are seeking for that relationship. And some women are looking for someone just to take care of them, and to, these stories exist also.
Well, listen, I want.
Men have to be aware as well. I think it's not just on the dating site. We're experiencing in the Facebook and Twitter community where people are building these tech relationships. Don't know how else to describe them, but they get so intimate, so marriages are destroyed over this. And Facebook has been a place where there have been a number of reported attacks on individuals, bullying. All of these things come into play once in our society comes to online. But here's the thing: online, there doesn't seem to be boundaries.
Yeah, like recently, I mean, I've got because I'm a radio show host, I've got 5,000 friends on one site. I got about 3 on another, 2 on another. Anyway, so recently I remember when TC Palm, which is a local newspaper group here, started about 7-8 years ago online. And I noticed that there were about 6 to 10 individuals locally that were mean-spirited. And when I came to realize it was these people that were saying these vitriolic things about multiple people, I got off. I have not been on tcpalm.com now for probably 6 years because I separated myself from those nasty people. Now, all of a sudden, there was another guy who put out a little local newspaper, and he was okay. But recently, he said something pretty nasty to me. When I told Mitt Romney to shut up, this individual retorted back to me and said something that was very abrasive, and I'm considering unfriending him because this is not tcpalm.com. Okay, buccos? This is friends, and if you're not my friend, then go away. Okay, Doctor, your book is called Fatal Distraction, and I want to get a copy. I want to have you back on the show after I've read it. But succinctly, right now, for those that are listening and maybe need emancipation from their devices, are there a couple of easy steps you can help us to get unaddicted or get off and take the power back in our lives from this fatal distraction and attraction to Facebook, etc.?
Some of the things that our mamas taught us.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say anything in email that you feel uncomfortable saying to someone in person. Keep it to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Don't delay your responses to messages that you rather avoid. Just pick up the phone and begin to have conversations with people. I want to remind people how important that is. A phone call can do a world of good. So what you want to do is make sure you put some restraints in place. Take some breaks. Even if you have an at-home business, if you're a home-based business like I have, or you do radio, whatever you do, make sure you take periodic breaks. Plan them like you plan other things in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that you are in control, especially with your children. When you put a gadget in their hand, put a device in their hand, put the parental guidance in place. Put some restrictions on that, and make sure that you're monitoring how much time.
Sure.
American Academy of Pediatrics say that no child should ever hold an electronic device before the age of 2. They need the human.
Well, people are using it as babysitters. You go into even a fine restaurant. I was in a fine steakhouse recently, and they put little Giorgio down, and there's a table of maybe 7 people there, and to distract him, they put him on a device where he's playing some game, and I thought he's missing out on growing socially with the adults. It's the easy way out. It's like using the television for a baby. So listen, where can people get a copy of your book, Fatal Distraction? Amazon.com. Will you stay? Okay, will you stay on the line because I want to exchange information so we can have you back again in the future when we go to commercial break. Okay, Doctor? Okay, Dr. Faye is on the line. The title of the book is Fatal Distraction. Today's broadcast is brought to you by The Beast. The Beast. The airboat ride that is fun. You ever been on an airboat ride?
No, I have not.
You want to come on as my guest soon?
Yeah.
You will love it. It's
Well,
like
they say
why?
that this is the best time of year to do it.
Oh, and The Beast, of course, is run by Captain Kenny Elkins, and the number is 584-0089, 584-0089. Also, today's broadcast brought to you by Complete Electric, Complete Alarm. They're very successful in our community. Complete Electric, Complete Alarm. The Home Center, of course, is open this weekend for Habitat for Humanity. You'll pay pennies on the dollar for items, or you can donate to them, and it's a write-off. The Home Center at Habitat for Humanity on US 1. And finally, Elite Oil. They have moved from US 1 over to Oslo.
They have the Airways, too.
They have who?
The Airways.
Airways?
Yeah, Elite Airways.
No. This is Elite Oil.
Well, how can that be? Because Elite Airways and Elite Oil, they're two different things.
Well, that's right. It's Elite Oil Change. Elite Oil Change. And if you go there, do you have synthetic oil in that Lexus of yours?
I'm sure we do.
Okay, it's probably about an $80 oil change. Mention me, 50% off, only $40. You get a regular oil change like a regular common person like me for $20. It's only $10. For a limited time, the listeners of Rhett Palmer Show.
Where is this place?
On Oslo.
Elite
Oil Change. As you're going up, it's on the right. You'll see my 1928 Model A there. I've loaned to them to give him a try. He's a young man with 4 children, Michael Gould. And so 50% on the one. So they also sell tires. They'll save a lot of money on tires there at Elite. Okay, we got to take a little break, and then we'll be back. Today's broadcast also brought to you by Center for Advanced Eye Care, where you had some work done. Were you satisfied?
I was completely rehabilitated.
Center for Advanced Eye Care, 5 eye doctors that genuinely care about your eye care. Now, come on, Dr. Mallon might be listening. You giving him an endorsement?
Absolutely.
Sincerely.
I had, Coca-Cola glasses, and now I
for
have
years.
Panoramic view with cataract surgery, and then he replaced lenses in my eyes. Amazing. It's certainly true.
5 eye doctors that genuinely care about your eye care. Center for Advanced Eye Care. This is the mayor of the airways. Who loves you, baby?
United Way of Indian River County supports a network.
Okay, you there, Dr. Fay? Okay, hold on. The ads will end on the. Well, let's see. All right. Okay, what is your phone number? And I'll call you right now. 610. Hold on, I can't hear you. Let's say it loud.
Establishing criteria for local organizations to provide accessible quality services, all working together to accomplish the goals set forth.
610-564-2211, correct? I'll call you right now. Oh, we're done.
Okay.
It was good, wasn't it?
It was very good.
Yeah.
Good morning. Is it good? Are you starting the morning doing what you love? Ever think about representing a magazine or radio program? If you have, I have good news for you. Well, I don't know. That's not good. I have to rewrite it.
Would you like to make a good living working in the field of media, selling, helping people with yeah. Think about it a little more. But you're putting
yours are looking for someone to join their family.
Yeah, but you're right. You're starting off right. It's about them.
Right.
How's your life? Would you like to be in? Are you good in sales? You're looking for the right vehicle, something you can be proud of and help people build their business.
You're the best. Okay.
You're the best. You're a jet. Okay, I said I'd call her. I got to call her. Okay.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to go on that airboat thing one day.
Okay.
They say that this is the best time of year to go because the animals are coming out and all that.
Okay, let me. I think. Let me hold on. Stay right there for a moment. Okay, I got Dr. Dean. You want to go maybe tomorrow?
Yeah.
Saturday? Let me call Barbara.
No, you got the parade.
Oh yeah, I don't even want to be in that stupid parade. Do you? Forget about the parade. I'll call you later. All right.
Masterful presentations of both flavor and a complete dining experience to meet all your expectations. The Tides Restaurant, 3103 Cardinal Drive, Vero Beach.
Beat the traffic and save money. Vero Beach Regional Airport is your home for nonstop all-jet service to Newark's Liberty International Airport, one of the easiest gateways to New York City. Forget about
when did they start?
Take advantage of Vero Beach Regional Airport's free parking for as long as you're away. Discover low fares.
Are you referring to the airport?
Yeah. Is that new?
Within the week. I want to say Monday or something. I'll check. I can look in the on my system.
Is it Elite Airways or is it the airport that's buying this time?
You're asking questions that are above my pay grade, kind sir.
Good morning. How you doing, Dr. Fay? Yeah, this is Rhett Palmer. So this is my personal cell number I called you on. If you want to marry it, you want me to give it to you, or can you can grab it off your phone?
Vascular surgeon right here in Vero Beach.
Okay, it's R-H-E-T-T and then P-A-L-M-E-R. Anytime, let's say there's something in the news or you want to discuss, feel free to text me or call me. And if you don't mind, I'm going to put you under my last minute available people, if that's acceptable to you. And then if there's a time I may call you, if I don't have anybody, you might say, well, no, I'm too busy. Or you might say, sure, I can give you 15 minutes. Or yeah, I could give you half an hour, you know. But I think this is an important stuff. Do you have a physical book that's out called Distraction? Okay, so how do I get the link to this so I would love to look. I think you should put out a physical book. I just think it's a great idea. I just hope you have a lot of success with this, because I'd like to look at it before I have you back. But I don't know if there's a way. Okay, you could send it to me. Okay, terrific. And so you have my name and number, I have yours, and I guess we're all set then. Me too, and have a great day in Arkansas. Okay, God bless you too. I believe in Jesus. Do you? Good. All right, thank you. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, digital.
This is an important message from AT&T to discuss your wireless service. Please return our call at 1-800-947-5096. You may also access your account online at www.att.com/mywireless. Again, our number is 1-800-947-5096,